Our mission is to develop easier and more affordable tools for everyone to be able to create tokens and NFTs. For the first time, we're introducing the innovative Tokel platform, a fully decentralized, community-driven project with contributors globally. It offers many new powerful features for artists, content creators, and event organizers and token owners. Tokel is building the future of tokenization together with the help of Komodo Technologies. Creators and users have the freedom to create, to hold, buy, sell, and trade tokens with ease. Developers have the freedom to build on top of the platform's layer. Tokel has features such as simplified token creation tools, token decks, and NFT marketplace. The NFT creation process has an extremely low barrier to entry. Businesses and individuals can now benefit from the token economy by using tokens in everyday life. A built-in decentralized exchange enables peer-to-peer trading. Tokel.io, the future of tokenization to NFT and beyond.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ejuliano, and you're listening to Tokel Talk. On today's show, we'll be talking about play and earn gaming, NFTs, the metaverse, and more with a leading industry expert. Long Do is a technopreneur and a seasoned development leader with over 10 years of experience. He's also a former pro StarCraft player, so it's no surprise his understanding of video games and strategy is unparalleled. Long believes in providing unique experiences through bleeding edge technologies to create the ultimate escapist games. Currently, Long is the founder and game director of Anomura, with strategic gameplay, beautiful pixel art, and contributions to wildlife initiatives. Anomura is a game with a greater purpose. Welcome to Tokel Talk, Long.
Thanks so much for having me.
You're very welcome, and thank you for giving us your time to be here and talk about something which is clearly a big passion of yours.
Yep, excited to share my passion with everyone here.
Wonderful. Also joining us are Kelsey, and Dream Tim is around too. Hi, Kelsey.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you all for joining.
Yes, we're very excited to hear the news in just a moment. If you'd like to contact us, visit our website, tokel.io/tokeltalk. So now, let's have Kelsey jump in with some NFT stats and news. What are you bringing us today, Kelsey?
All right. Well, the current market cap for the NFT industry is sitting at just over $2.3 billion. There were over 54,000 NFTs sold last week, with a combined sales volume of just over $32 million. There are still NFTs selling for quite a bit. The top five that sold for the most over the last week were a couple CryptoPunks, one selling for $412,000, another for $188,000. An other side NFT sold for $303,000, and two Bored Ape NFTs were also in the top five, selling for $176,000 and $175,000. The top collections over the last week were Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Other Side, and Anybody's NFTs. There's quite a bit of news over the last week. The PGA Tour has teamed up with Autograph, a Web3 brand co-founded by Tom Brady, to announce an NFT platform that will allow fans to own tokens of PGA Tour history. The project will create a digital collectibles platform that pulls from the PGA Tour competition video, imagery, and other competition-related components. Golf fans will have the opportunity to own and collect NFTs featuring their favorite golfers and moments from past tours, as well as from the current season. Much like sports betting and fantasy golf, it is a way to attract a different audience to the game. Additionally, collectors will have a chance to earn rewards, including access to exclusive digital, in-person, and on-site experiences. The tour's exclusive NFT digital collectibles platform will launch in early of 2023. In gaming news, a metaverse firm has implemented NFTs into its own Minecraft and GTA 5 servers. Despite Minecraft creator Mojang Studios being against the integration of NFTs, My Metaverse, a metaverse focused firm, managed to introduce NFTs into several games, including its own Minecraft server, without violating the terms and conditions. The NFTs created by My Metaverse, most importantly, have an interoperability aspect and can be used in other games, like on their own Grand Theft Auto 5 server and on My Metaverse's own MMO game, Infinity Realm. In other NFT gaming news, Fortnite developer Epic Games announced that it has listed its first NFT game, Blankos Block Party. This is the first blockchain based game to become available on the Epic Games Store. Blankos Block Party is a free to play multiplayer game centered around a unique collectible digital vinyl toy called Blankos, and NFTs that can be bought, upgraded, and sold within the game. Starbucks has announced that it will soon give members and employees the ability to buy and earn NFTs without using cryptocurrency. On Tuesday, the company unveiled details of Starbucks Odyssey, which will launch later this year. But for now, Starbucks Rewards members and employees can join a waitlist. Starbucks Odyssey will be an extension of Starbucks Rewards, with interactive games and activities known as journeys to deepen their knowledge of coffee. Members will be rewarded for completing journeys with NFTs, which the company is calling stamps. Rewards members' points will increase as stamps are collected. Unlocking access to unique benefits and experiences that have never been offered before, such as a virtual espresso martini making class, invitations to exclusive events at Starbucks Reserve roasteries and coffee farms, and access to unique merchandise and artist collaborations. The American music giant Sony Music Entertainment has signaled intentions to utilize NFTs after filing a trademark application covering music and artists under the Columbia Records logo. The application covers audio and visual recordings featuring live musical performance authenticated by NFTs, as well as marketing services like promotion, distribution, advertising, and online entertainment, including podcasts and audiovisual recordings. And also, Atlas Vending has launched a first of its kind NFT vending machine to dispense NFTs in Malaysia. To commemorate Malaysia Day, the leading vending solutions provider took the opportunity to create a platform for 13 local NFT artists to showcase their work. These vending machines will be available from now until December 16th, and each vending machine contains a total of 300 rare NFT artworks, out of which 50 of them are rare platinum NFTs, which will be dispensed randomly. Additionally, those who purchase these NFTs will have the chance to win some exciting rewards from a pool of 59 prizes that will be distributed randomly, including 13 Nintendo Switches and 46 small ticket prizes of a limited edition merchandise. This initiative also aims to elevate local artists through a profit sharing model in which the total sales generated by these NFTs will be shared among all artists involved in the project. And that's the news over the last week.
Wow, thank you, Kelsey. Yeah, thanks as always for keeping us informed and up to date, Kelsey.
Of
Uh,
course, of course. That's
uh,
why I'm here.
yeah, excellent. Well, if we are all about games today, we've got Long Do here with us. Uh, Clearly very passionate, and yeah, we're really looking forward to this. So let's get right into it. Long, you're here. We'll talk about Anomura, the game, and from there, that will lead us into all kinds of aspects around crypto, NFTs, metaverse, any of that. So Anomura is a fast-paced NFT strategy RPG. Anomura are types of crustaceans. So you've built a game around these crustaceans, right?
Yeah, Anomura is Latin for hermit crab. We think it's a really great creature because it's so symbolic for nature and wildlife. So it really fits in with the ethos of our game.
Right on. What can players expect when they first encounter this game?
Yeah, so typically in blockchain games, we kind of see very investment vehicles instead of games. Anomura is focused on being a game first. So imagine getting a game from like Steam, Epic Games, or a mobile game on the app stores. Anomura is more similar to that. You're going to be able to play this game for free, and you'll have certain perks if you own certain NFTs. And it's a game about collecting, a game about strategy, and it's also be very nostalgic with RPG elements. So if you played games like Diablo, World of Warcraft, you'll be right at home playing Anomura because all those things that make those games special, we'll try to recreate those experiences with Anomura.
Nice. Yeah. So Anomura game was inspired by old classics. You mentioned a couple. Are there any others that fit that inspiration for you?
Yeah, so Anomura being very nature centric, we want to be inspiring people and learning about these animals. Games like Donkey Kong and Pokemon, which really have a lot of inspirations from wildlife. Anomura is also focused on educating people about wildlife awareness, understanding that the creatures here, some of them are kind of going extinct. And we'll also be offering ways that we can contribute back to these wildlife preservations as well.
Yeah, amazing. Cool. Yeah, you're bringing up some games. I'm sure people are remembering in their minds their experiences playing those games. And so you're here bringing Anomura a new kind of experience for people. It's tied to blockchain gaming and NFTs. And so, how do NFTs factor into the gameplay?
So with our NFTs, they're kind of our first way that we launched. We launched just last week, actually. We had a lot of success with our launch. And right now, users can get something called a mystery bowl. Mystery bowls are kind of this really fun, mysterious NFT that have unique properties that most of our audience and our community is trying to decipher right now. It's a really fun challenge. Our community is all working together. We really want to build this community that all kind of understands the game. Um, and so the NFTs will be kind of the first users to be able to experience Anomura. Again, we'll be opening this up to free to play. So meaning you'll just need an email password to sign up, try it out. And then NFTs will enhance the gameplay. We want to make sure that everyone from all walks of life, from all over the world, can play this game for free. And if they choose to, pay some sensible amounts of money, nothing like crazy, like thousands of dollars to get in. Our mantra is trying to create those experiences everyone's so used to with mobile gaming and games that we download from the Steam store every day.
Yeah, so it sounds okay. So I saw F2P game, and that's what you mean when you say free to play game.
Yes.
Awesome. So that's what you're working towards with Anomura as well. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of use of the tools that are available in blockchain, crypto, Web3. Um, and so you mentioned a little bit about that, and so now the Anomura themselves are randomly generated, and they have body parts with rarities like normal, magic, rare, and legendary rarities, right? Can you tell us a bit more about these body parts? Do they have any influence into the game, for example, with capabilities that you develop or anything like that?
Yeah, so everything that seems rare will definitely do more for the game. So if you have something like legendary, expect that item to do like more damage or more stats. This is very traditional in a lot of these RPG games. Anima is very strategic. We understand that we don't want to be something called pay to win, which means you buy in the best NFTs, you automatically be the best player. No, there's a lot of game balance that goes into balancing these very incredibly rare items. So part of this is just trying to establish people creating these unique inventories, customize the look of their Anomura NFT, which can also be used as a profile picture if they choose to wish to display it. Um, and yeah, with these equipments, you'll be able to find them inside the game itself through gameplay. We'll also be doing a lot of exclusive events for our users within our community, such as like Discord and such, to be able to get other opportunities to incorporate other equipments into the and acquire other equipments that they can combine with their NFT.
Really cool. So okay, I had seen that as well, like on your roadmap coming up. These equipment NFTs would be in the game. So in the game you're playing and you're finding some equipment, and that in itself is actually some NFT, and that's getting combined all with your other NFT that you have of your Anomura. Is that the right idea?
Yeah. So, for example, you can be playing the game. All of a sudden, find this really rare, this legendary item called like I don't know, the dragon's shell or something, and then you can equip that to your NFT, and now your character changes. You can see this display on your NFT on OpenSea. So yeah, it's a lot about collecting as well. We want to inspire like a lot of people to be avid collectors of all these rare equipments and NFTs because that's what makes a lot of these games really fun. It's the absolute the chance to collect and as well as earn from being a collector.
Yeah, amazing. It sounds a lot of fun, and it sounds like the direction that gaming is heading with these tools and technologies that we have at our disposal here or at our use. And so you as a leading thinker and I mean, like, you're producing these games, and part of teams that produce it. Obviously, you're not on your own, and so you and your team of crabs, you went down the rabbit hole of Web3 because you wanted to recreate these fun games. So did it blow your mind? Like, what happened for you in that experience?
Yeah, it definitely did. I was lucky to join a team that developed a really big hit called Zedrun in 2018. One of the first P2E games in the space. They made it really far when NFTs weren't even a thing yet. So these are some of the true pioneers in the space. We've learned so much from the rest of the company and in establishing our game. We are also very in tune with the market. We understand that this is kind of like the bearish conditions, but it's a great time for us to keep building, focusing on our dreams, and we're achieving a lot of success along the way.
Yeah, you mentioned Zedrun. That was with Virtually Human. Is that right?
Yeah. So our company is virtually human. We are the creators of Zedrun. We also created another game called Human Park, and Anomura is the third game founded and created by me called and it's also in partnership with Atari as well.
Ah, very cool. Very cool. Good for you. I mean, these are some big steps you're making, and seems like the mission is to uncover what the future of entertainment can do for humanity. And you had mentioned you had mentioned a little bit about that earlier about having also a bigger mission, a bigger purpose. Um, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about uh, the the mission, the purpose that is even wider than just playing the game. What's that happening here for Anomura?
Yeah, so we're trying to counter a lot of the hate towards the crypto scene. The merge has been really helpful, but our mint itself was done exactly on the merge day. What happened was like all our emissions created, we've offsetted it. We've gotten carbon offsets, which go directly towards restoring kelp in Southern California, planting mangrove trees in Indonesia. We're also branding ourselves as the first ocean positive game, where all your contributions in the game will go directly to ocean causes. We've also are trying to roadmap in an item where you're fighting monsters and such as like a boss monster. You get some loot. There's a chance for you to donate some of that part of those loots towards a charitable cause and wildlife, and then you're rewarded in game with more power ups, more loot drops. It's gonna be really interesting because we think so much of the games have been all about the earn mechanism. We think we can inspire people to learn more about nature as well as give back as well.
Yeah, amazing. That's the play to donate model. Is that right? I was reading about that.
Yeah, we want to just basically change the way people think about blockchain games. They don't need to be about earning. Earning is something that you can do, but it shouldn't be all be about that.
Amazing. I love how the incentives are, yeah, gamified and all that. It's pretty cool. Like, I wish I could ask like the best questions so that we could get some of your magic brilliance that you have in your mind around all of this. But really, it seems like such a special position that you're in because you're creating something, these games that people really put their focus and attention on, and a lot of their enjoyment and entertainment. And um, and so now these incentives that can be created through your work can go towards these yeah, these helpful causes that you're discussing. And in this case, for example, Anomura comes from a love of strategic video games and marine wildlife, and so you're marrying that together in a sense for a greater purpose, and that's amazing.
Yeah, we are very bullish on blockchain. I'm very passionate about of smart contracts and such. There's so much really cool things we could do that Web3 enables us. In Web2 games, a lot of this stuff is not possible. So it takes like a special game to be able to do different things. And we want to be pioneers in the way people think about blockchain gaming. Too much of it's just about the earning side. But there's stuff like asset ownership, what that means to users to truly own their assets and to truly trace these transactions that went to a charity. All this stuff is is definitely proven on blockchain. Yet so much people don't really care about that. They're creating more centralized solutions and creating games that aren't actually decentralized. So we really want to stay home to blockchain being really the first that innovates all this technological advancement.
Really cool. Really cool. And so you want to transform the video game and Web3 industries through in-game social impact initiatives. You gave us examples of these. And in the course, so as a game creator, how and game director, what does that look like in the course of a gameplay? You've mentioned already, like you could be playing the game and come across an item, or you have some, since this is a strategy game, there is a storyline behind it and people have choices to make. Is that how it goes? And you can, part of it can be, do you choose to donate? Is that how it looks like?
Yeah, there's also a really huge thing that's missing in blockchain games is the storytelling itself. We find that some of these games are just made with stick a bunch of cute animals in. Now you can play, and all of a sudden you get all these tokens to earn. There's no story involved. Yet Anomura stands to be completely different from that. We've planned seasons of lore. We actually, in our mint experience, we gamified what minting means. So minting is the act of creating the first token on a smart contract. Yet no one knows what that means in the mainstream side. So we gamify that by creating this like cinematic with voice actors, with musicians that we've hired that are really world class in terms of of their gaming backgrounds. So users were taken through this experience to understand the importance of being born out of nothingness. That's what minting means. So we're gamifying like blockchain, educating people about blockchain through it as well. And I think that's really, really cool.
Oh, wow. So you made that into an NFT. Is that correct?
Yeah, we made the users go through an experience of learning what minting is when they first made their first NFT.
I see that. Okay, cool. And if users want to create one of their own, they would go onto your website and they would go to that, to the void. Is that right? That's how they can get to mint their NFT.
Yeah, so it's still up right now. We're sold out. So our URL is animeragame.com/mint. You can go through the cinematic. It talks a bit about like being born out of nothingness and how it's very special to be randomly generated on a smart contract. And the asset is now like in your hands. We want to really gamify and really show the importance of how all NFTs works.
Amazing. I love that educational component and the effort that and style that you've put into it. It sounds like, and so it also sounds like you really want to get across the message. You had just mentioned it earlier too, about what it truly means to own your own assets, that kind of thing. This is really important for you, isn't it?
Yeah, we're finding the space moves way too fast. A lot of people are in it for profits. They just want to jump in, mint, and click a bunch of things, pay several $1,000s, and all of a sudden, like people are very vulnerable. They're getting hacked. They're getting scammed all the time. Um, we want to take time to show people what these actions they're making are. So when we create our game, we're creating a simple login system. Users don't need to know what a wallet is when they first sign up. When they're really willing to understand more, the game teaches them about that. So Animer will be kind of a safe space for everyone, being all about walking you through all the steps of what blockchain gaming is, what an NFT is, and how we're using our technologies to make a world a better place.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, okay. Um, you talked a little bit about the NFTs, the equipment NFTs, and the inventory system. Is there you said that's going to be coming? Is that right? And what are the plans around that?
Yeah, so our mint was on September 13th. We were really excited that we were able to mint out that day. We actually hit the #1 spot on OpenSea on our debut in September 14th, which
Wow,
is beyond the
congratulations.
expectations. Yeah, thank you.
Great.
It just was kind of a dream for me to see this vision come to life and so much validation. Our next steps is keeping our community very happy. We want them to feel very appreciated, very special that they've got involved. There's a lot of chat with like pricing and floor prices and all that. Where we've been doing our best to keep that side happy as well. But we're focused on driving the mission, the narratives now, get out this game with a greater purpose. That's through what equipping means, our inventory system, which lets you start collecting. We also have a list of very notable partners that we're going to start doing drops for. So meaning some of these equipments might come from really high named mainstream companies. Like I said, our first partnership was with Atari. Virtually Human in the past has also partnered with Netflix, NASCAR, Stella. We just want to make sure everything is within the ethos of doing good. So expect like some pretty cool drops and announcements on that side. And then as well, our game concepts we're rolling out before the end of the year as well. Users can try to play this game for free, NFT holder or not. We want to reduce the barrier to entry as much as possible. So what that means is like you don't expect to buy like $1,000 NFT to try out this game. It just doesn't make sense. Like our mainstream gamers who pay like maybe like $50. And if they want to pay more into the game to buy energy and battle passes, these are all sensible amounts for like $15 or under.
Cool, very cool. Yeah. Wow, there's just so much here, and I'm kind of blown away. I mean, you're just talking about wanting to do good. It sounds like you have a really amazing team around you, and you've really been thinking this through. You said you have seasons of lore ahead of you, um, and it looks like ahead of you also you're even moving towards a web-based version, and then also towards a mobile version as well. Is that right? You're gonna have a mobile app game.
Yeah, so right now we're building in Unity. Unity, the first Unity version will be on the web. So this just makes everyone accessible. Our goal is to create this mobile app experience. There's also a lot of mobile games like trying to integrate blockchain right now. We understand there's a lot of gaps, so we're willing to make sure we're going to be very legally compliant with all the entities that are controlling this stuff. We want to make this very safe for all our users. We understand that users are being tricked all the time, so we're really doubling down on security and making sure the community is safe.
Right on. And okay, so you mentioned partnerships as well, and one of them that's listed is Ariel, and that's going to help to be the world's first ocean positive play and earn game. And you had mentioned about already the sea kelp in California. Is that right? So is this the kind of partnering that you're referring to, or is there something else going on there?
Yes, so absolutely. We're looking to find a lot of initiatives that we can support. Obviously, we're very ocean based. In general, we're very wildlife focused. But I think environmental challenges are something that we all need to play a role in with, especially Anomura. So we're looking to do a lot of partnerships in that way. We're looking to give back as much as possible. We also want to make sure that our audience, our users, are part of our decisions for everything. That's why we've been spending so much time just chatting amongst like communities like Ariel, because we want to draw like those audiences to play our game, to understand the impact of this game, and to really stand out within the space that's been known for so much about money grabbing and pumping prices.
Nice. Yeah, amazing. Um, and it's interesting that you did your mint on the day of the merge. Was that planned, or did that just so happen to be?
Yeah, we had planned to do our mint for a long time. We weren't really happy with the quality of some of the stuff, so we made sure that we didn't cut any corners. Just so happened to be the merge. I think it's really important because we're offsetting our mint. It's also it was also kind of a very scary time for everyone. We just wanted to be very cognizant of making our users wait too long. I think it's amazing that historically we can now say that we were the number one trending NFT during the merge now. So that's something at least that we can show off. But it was scary. We're so happy that we made it this far. And yeah, I think it all makes sense with our partnership with Ariel as well.
Perfect. And it seems like it feels like it's just getting started in this sense for Anomura, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very early. The mystery bowl is out right now, which is not even the Anomura yet. We have a summoning day, which is tomorrow, September 21st, which is a day that you can hatch your first Anomura from your bowl. And this is the first NFT that is going to be playable. The mystery bowl has a mysterious purpose to the game. We are really all about creating intrigue and mystery for our community. They're on this wild journey to explore how these items fit into the game. There's some special attributes with the mystery bowl called starfish, which are kind of accumulating at an interesting rate. Users in our community are very speculative of how this works. We have a whole roadmap planned around this mechanism, so it's very exciting for everyone.
Really cool. It's definitely, it sounds like a teaser as you talk about it. So that's excellent. So now it sounds a bit more clear that it's really the bowls that are getting everything started. And then now you're talking about tomorrow, the 21st September is a day where you can start minting and then finding some rarities. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. We are also very excited to announce that we some of some of the parts are inspired by Atari themselves. Some of the backgrounds your characters can spawn with have references to adventure, to Pong, to asteroids. We really want to bridge in the mainstream crowd as well. We think Atari has been really perfect and on brand for everything we've done, especially in the pixel art, especially in the retro game vibes.
Cool. Very, very cool. Um, okay. Well, we have a few other directions we could go. Kelsey, how about you? What are you thinking?
I think so. Like Zed Run was a very popular game. Are you guys planning on doing anything with seahorses?
Yeah, we actually have seahorses in the game already. One of the cool Easter eggs of our game, which I can spoil now, I guess, is that sorry, with our NFT, is that you can spawn with a Zedrun background. So we have the full support of the team. Really happy to be working with Zedrun, who's been in the space for so long and with such great success.
Nice. And I think that we did talk about the merge a couple times, and it is such a big deal, I guess, because of like the technological feat of merge of changing from the proof of work to proof of stake onto the mainnet, and um, and then we have a couple of more interesting news items we'll talk about. But Kelsey, did you have any questions surrounding any of that? The merge?
I guess I'm just curious, since you guys launched the day of the merge, do you think maybe it would have been a little stressful to have launched before the merge?
Um, yeah, honestly, the community has been looking forward towards our launch a lot. It's actually a lot of we got some backlash for not pushing it after the merge, but some parts of this game was actually very interestingly dependent on the merge. So, for example, like the summoning is happening after the merge, but yeah, our Mentos before. Some of this was kind of chosen intentionally to leverage technologies from proof of stake and proof of work. I can't really spell too much, but we have a lot of fun thinking about these concepts.
It's still absolutely awesome that you guys can say that you were number one on OpenSea the day of the merge, though. I
Hmm.
think that is historical.
Hmm. Yeah, congrats for sure. And it's also interesting, like you do talk about how you are interested in the smart contracts and what that can bring to these gaming. So you gave us a tiny little taste of that, even just there. Is that on your mind a lot? Are you really thinking through these capabilities and how you can get them into the games? And are there new things like you're starting to think of that aren't even around yet?
Yes. So we've been talking a lot about player identity. So talking to people to understand how we can create that. One of the things that I'm really inspired by our soulbound contracts, soulbound NFTs, which are untradeable NFTs. We think that so a lot of the blockchains I've spoken to, they're not too big of fans because sometimes they just want transactional volume. Every time you make a trade, some of that goes to the blockchain. Yet soulbound NFTs make no profit for the blockchain, but yet they have such good usages for creating identity, like a government ID or something. For us, like coming up with gamer profiles with soulbound items is pretty interesting. As well, the equipments themselves. Imagine sometimes when you fight this very rare and legendary monster, you get this really cool item. Imagine if you can't trade it, it's special to you. It might also be really beneficial to create balance within this game. So imagine like these rare legendary items you can't sell for millions of dollars right away. And if someone bought it, they just get too powerful right away. So those are a lot of like ideas that we were thinking about. As well, like our contracts, every single one of them are very on-chain-esque, which means they're written so that it's as decentralized as possible. Meaning like stuff like randomization occurs on the blockchain instead of doing the random function outside of this with another computer program and then putting it in. It creates a lot of fairness for our users. Not a lot of people care about that, but I do. I think that's the whole point of blockchain.
Amazing. I'm just so I'm just really taking in what you just said there, and it means a lot to me. So yeah, it's super cool to have you on the show today, and just really giving us all you've got. You're clearly a really busy guy. I'm sure everybody's wanting to hear from you, and so it's so nice that you've taken the time to join us. Um, is there anything you'd like to say about Anomura that we haven't covered yet?
Yeah, so I just want to just reiterate, this is just a game based on having fun. Like we want to create a gaming experience that's very wholesome. That's something you'd spend endless hours playing because it's fun. It's very simple. We don't think that games should be all about earning and making money. We think that why people play games is to have fun and not care about their time. The value that that you valued your time playing this game, that's where all the value of all the NFTs and everything comes from. So we just need to go back to these roots and create a gaming experience like this, and that's why it's all about Anomura.
Amazing. That's really cool. Well, I mean, are there any other games that you have your eye on, or are you playing any games these days, either blockchain based or otherwise, that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so I'm always interested to play the latest games on like my Switch. I'm playing something called Cult of the Lamb right now. It's really fun, kind of like Zelda. I still play with my wife, Link to the Past. Sometimes I'm really a big fan of the old school games. I play League of Legends with my friends. And then on the blockchain side, I'm excited to see other experiences such as like Tatsumiko, which is a game that you can play on Discord. I think there's so much audience that we haven't yet uncovered yet. We don't know what these experiences can be. So going out of the comfort zone of like desktop games, going into social media and Discord and other things are an avenue that we haven't explored yet. So I think that's very exciting as well.
Love it. I love the wheels turning and how you're already probably 100 steps ahead. It's amazing. And so I'm also thinking about the one of the news items that Kelsey shared with us earlier about um, really what stuck out to me was the interoperability between games using a certain NFT or whatever. Uh, does that stick out to you, and what do you think about that going forward?
Yeah, so I'm very bullish on interoperability. The first thing people think about, and there's this really horrible article that was written on Reddit, was that imagine taking your level 99 paladin, moving it to a game 2, and all of a sudden you're level 99 again. That doesn't make any sense to me. But having experiences that come across different products and platforms, giving users access, I think that's really cool. Imagine like if an Anomura NFT travels to like I don't know, like a Bored Apes Yacht Club world, interacts with it, and it's a very meaningful interaction. Maybe a certain equipment can only be found in that world. I think that's really cool. We're exploring really cool ideas like this with Atari as well. Today they've launched their Atari poster today, the 50th anniversary poster. It's actually trending right now. My hit #1. So we're very excited for our partnerships and our partners there to with their success. We have really tight integrations in the Atari space as well that we are looking forward to.
Amazing. That's very exciting. Well, yeah, all of this is pretty cool. And as you speak too, I'm thinking back to when you mentioned about identity or profile, and then I'm thinking about metaverse as well, and ourself as the character, whichever that character might be, but kind of being in that metaverse. I guess that is like the feeling of the metaverse. And I guess you can go to different metaverses with, your outfit or whatever type of NFTs relate to your appearance and or skills or other such things. Like, does that sound reasonable to you, Long?
I think it does. Just that I think people are kind of experimenting right now. So there's not a lot of utility for doing it. So why are you jumping from this world to this other world? Why are you jumping from this 2D world to a 3D world? There's no purpose right now. Like a lot of these games, like you just jump in again. It's kind of like a cameo right now. But if there's actual reason to do that, I think that gets more exciting. So maybe like there's a metaverse where you can get like coffee because you have this NFT and you jump to it and you physically get a coffee. I'm just making up some ideas, but yeah, just having more utility, more use cases. I think that's where we're headed, and I'm very excited about that.
Amazing. Well, I'm glad you're also keeping us grounded around it as well, because it can be easy to start skipping ahead and, yeah, missing the progress towards it. So yeah, that's really cool. I think the other thing was, what else? Yeah, like you're seeing a lot of companies now. You Epic Games, Fortnite, they're uh, all of these different companies are looking to get into blockchain based games and Web3 and all of that. So, what do you see coming forward? Is it going to get oversaturated very fast, or is it really going to be like few and far between, where you have some gems like Anomura, for example? Not to sound biased.
I think we're very early. We're very lucky to be involved. Anyone listening to this is very lucky. I think a lot of the mainstream companies coming over, they don't know what to do yet. So it'll take some time to adopt to it. They're trying. Nike, for example, has been so successful with their acquisition of Artifact. So some companies are getting it right. Atari, obviously, we're working really close to them. They've been getting it right as well. I'm excited for other companies like Square Enix as well in the gaming space. But everything is trying to make this move right now because there's a lot of money involved with it. One day it'll be not just all about money. I'm really excited when that happens, when it's all about the technology, being able to like own an NFT for the purpose of something other than profits. For example, I'm just going to say an idea like a credit card loan or a loan for a car, getting your credit checked using decentralized contracts to prove that no one did anything with your credit. I think that's an exciting avenue. We want to build those technologies, and I'm just like, very excited for that.
Yeah, definitely a purist for sure. In that sense, I love it. It really is. Sounds like you're just trying to stay open and allow for what these technologies have to do good for us and for our world. It sounds like too. I mean, as you push forward in that direction.
Yeah, my wife is also interesting. She works for some space stations and stuff like that, and they're deciding to use decentralized technology as well to communicate because there's no like internet. Blockchain is a good use case. There's some really cool things that we haven't explored. There's just so many use cases, and I know there's a lot of hate towards it. I think there's kind of like really resistant to technological change because of all the money grabs and all the scams and everything that's been happening. Um, but yeah, like, I'm happy to be part of the space.
Amazing. Well, we're happy to have you here on Tokel Talk, and I'm sure the space is super blessed to have you in it as well. Moving it forward with games like Anomura, and I should say experiences like Anomura, isn't it?
Yeah, we're so much more than just a game. It feels like our community is such an integral part. We've been learning a lot about what they want. At the same time, we're just really trying to build advance this technology. This game is really with purpose.
Perfect. Well, is there anything else you want to say about metaverse or about gaming or smart contracts?
Yeah, there's just so many things I could go on forever. If there's anything else that you want to hear more, I'm delighted to share anything I can.
Perfect. Well, you know what? I think maybe we'll finish it off in the next few minutes. You are not in it alone. You did mention a little bit about your team. Is there anything else you'd like to say about your team or give any shout outs?
Yeah, so yeah, I think my idea for a hermit crab game that is like with a purpose is pretty ridiculous, and it's been amazing to have validation come throughout with our recent launch. So Virtually Humans founders Chris Laurent and Rob Saha really believed in me. I really loved working with them. Same with my team. We have a really core team of really strong specialists. I've kind of made sure they minted and understand what it's like to be an NFT owner. I think that was really important. There's so much people getting into from the Web2 space and not understanding what Web3 is. I think that's also really cool to take someone on that journey. And as well, I'm not alone with how I develop my smart contracts and such. Some of my friends are from companies like Dapper Labs and VaynerMedia. We just have a lot of fun chatting about smart contracts and reviewing each other's code. I think if anyone wants to ever get into the Web3 space, all they have to do is network. Doesn't matter if they're a developer, an artist, in marketing. Just get into the space, chat to people, and I think that was the key to my success.
Amazing. Getting all kinds of high quality advice here from Long Do. And yeah, I mean, you're welcome back anytime. We hope you the greatest success with Anomura and beyond. But for now, of course, sounds like you have a lot with Anomura ahead of you. So hope that your focus and your determination and your passion serves you well, and as well for the ocean and its wildlife that you're working for as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, for sure. Well, join us for the next Tokel Talk. We'll be talking with Edwin Mata of Bricken and Ayman Itani of NFT Power Up. So see the announcements for further details. And to keep up to date with the latest, follow us on Twitter at Tokel Platform and join our community in the Tokel Discord. Longdo, if anybody wants to follow you other than anomuragame.com, is there anywhere they should go to follow you?
Yeah, so like I said, we're very public. You can just find me on my LinkedIn. I'm starting to do a bit of conversations around developing games in Web3. My Twitter is whale drop. That's whale_drop. You can probably find me from the Anomura Twitter as well. So hopefully you guys reach out.
Excellent. Well, thank you too, Kelsey, for being here today.
Of course, and thank you for hosting as usual.
Awesome. It's my pleasure. And as well, thanks to Dream Tim and to Cox and everyone else for being here. Until next time, we'll talk again soon. Bye bye.